Hi Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I'm so glad that you are here. I have a haul video today and I think this might be my first ever. Booktube made me do it because I probably would not have broken down and bought all these books if it hadn't been for a couple people come to mind. So I left one book out of the thumbnail, so I actually have 10 books to show you that I've acquired, and those of you who have watched my channel for a long time or are familiar with my book buying habits, I'm pretty conservative. I went 2020 with buying one book. I tried really hard to focus on books that I already owned, which was great. And anyway, so I didn't buy all of these. Two of these, one was a gift and one was for free. So there's some non-Victober books, but the majority of the haul is Victober. Let me just talk about the non-Victober books first. So one of you wonderful people, and this is the book that didn't make it into the thumbnail because I just temporarily forgot. The Murmur of Bees by Sofia Segova, translated by Simon Bruni. And this takes place in Mexico? It was on my wish list, apparently. And one of you wonderful, wonderful people found it at a library sale, and I don't think it's ever been read. I don't know who recommended this book to me, so if it was you or if you know, I just did a quick search on YouTube to see reviews of this book, to see if maybe it was somebody that I watched regularly. I didn't really see anything that looked familiar, looked like I'd watched, so I'm glad it was on my wish list. There must be a reason that it was on my wish list. I do need to update it. My wish list is a little out of date, but yeah. So anyway, so thank you so much to the person who sent this to me, and I look forward to reading it. So the second one I found outside. We have a new used bookstore in town, which I have somewhat mixed feelings about, but she regularly has a cart outside of her store that says free. And so I just happened to be walking by, and this was toward the end of Shake-Tember, and I found this, and this is, I'll put this book in a little free library, or yeah, I'll give it away or whatever, that kind of thing. So I'm not gonna hold on to it, but it's called The Total Tragedy of a Girl Named Hamlet. So this is like a middle grade book. There is some writing on the inside. Yeah, 9 points, level 5, the teacher's name. But I just want to share with you the description of this book. Hamlet Kennedy just wants to be your average, happy, vanilla 8th grader. But given her family, a 7-year-old sister who is attending middle school with her, and Shakespearean scholar parents who show up like a walking, talking Renaissance fair, that's basically impossible. School gets worse when her sister is named the new pre-algebra tutor, and even worse when the class project is announced. It's on Shakespeare. Add it all up, and Hamlet's life, like her name, seems like a total tragedy. So anyway, like I said, and you can see on the cover there, it's got Godmother's shoe, and there's a copy. There's something, let's see, A Midsummer Night's Dream is down there. So I'll just read this sometime when I need something light to read, but for free. I just couldn't pass it up. I didn't know there were, I wasn't expecting to see a middle grade book that was related to Shakespeare. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Okay, the next book, the last pre-Victober book, So Joe Smith and I were talking about buddy reads for next year, and she had mentioned Barbara Pym. I actually have 3 Barbara Pym books, but I was just like, I don't really know where to start with her. And so Joe asked a couple people that have read a lot of Barbara Pym where they recommend starting. And it's a book called Some Tame Gazelle. So I was searching online for this book and I found this cover. Oh my God! This cover is so gorgeous. There's at least 2 other books that have kind of covers that are like this on the back here. This is a Virago modern classic. But yeah, I was just completely sucked in by the cover, you guys. Like, it was a terrible thing. But anyway, so I'm gonna read this with Joe next year, and I'm very, very excited about that. Okay. Speaking of Joe Smith, between Booktube and Joe Smith, like, not that Joe Smith isn't part of Booktube, of course she is, but Joe is the one who really kept talking to me, who kept mentioning Trollope when we first got acquainted. Like, well, I'm reading such and such a book by Trollope with someone. I think she reads a Trollope book every other month with one of her friends. And so anyway, so Joe has read a lot of Anthony Trollope. Earlier this year, I finished the Barchester series, and which was wonderful, but it just made me fall in love with Trollope. And at the beginning of Victober, Katie at Books and Things ranked, because she's gonna try to finish reading the rest of Trollope, I think next year, that she hasn't read. And so she ranked what she's read so far, and I was so sucked in to what she had to say. And I sent Joe a message, and she said, oh, well, so she typed out her favorites. And then Erin from Erin Read a Book has mentioned Trollope almost every week this month of Victober, and I just broke down. Now, I'm never gonna own all of Trollope. I think he wrote, it's not 50 books, but it's pretty dang close to that. It's 48 or 49 books. So I'm never gonna own all of Trollope. But I just thought, God, you know what? What if when I finally want to read this, I can't get it? And so my Victober haul is all Anthony Trollope. Okay. The first book we have to talk about. Now, I will say, I thank you to those of you who watch ads on my channel. I appreciate that. The ad money helped make this extravagant purchase possible. So no, it didn't totally cover it, but close. So thank you. But every book I bought, and I bought them on eBay, which is a risk. I fully understand that now. But anyway, so but every book I bought, I asked, I bought one that was listed as new condition. And almost all of them arrived in new condition, with the exception of this first one, which is the first book in the Palliser series, Can You Forgive Her? Look, this book is so beat up. Do I own other books in worse condition? Yes. But I paid for this book to be new. So then I started sending messages because the packaging, and I just have to be careful, not to show you my address. This was what the book was packaged in. This is not how you package books, people. This is not how it's done. Anyway, so I started contacting the seller and saying, hey, the book arrived really damaged. And, you know, I went back like, and there'd just be silence. And then I would leave another message, and then maybe I might get a response. And finally, then they told me I could get only 15% of what I paid for back, which made me crazy. Finally, I was like, okay, all right, fine, give me. I just went and got on Amazon and bought a brand new copy, guaranteed, of this book. And I do know Amazon knows how to ship books. At first I thought maybe this seller, like maybe, and it's like a store too. I mean, it's not just an individual, but like maybe they don't know, like maybe mainly they sell clothes and so they don't know how to package books. But no, the word books is in the title of the seller. And I'm going to list the seller down below because I don't want any of you to buy a book on eBay and have it show up, like spend new money and have it show up in this kind of condition. Like, I mean, you can't see it, but like this, I mean, yeah, the corner is practically, I mean, I wouldn't even take this to my used bookstore. This is going to be the only Trollope ever in a freaking little free library. But anyway, so I have left comment after comment after, like, I have reached out to the seller so many times. You would not believe it. And I said, okay, I'll take the 15% back, and nothing. I haven't heard anything. So I left an absolutely scathing review on their page, but I wanted all of you to know as well, because yeah, like, I just don't want you to get burned like that. And I will say that the other books that I bought in this, again, I bought in new condition, and they arrived for the most part in pretty dang good condition. So the second book in the Palliser series is Phineas Finn. Get a closer shot of the cover. And the thing is, like, this whole series, oh my gosh, these books are just gigantic. This is the Eustace Diamonds, and isn't that a beautiful cover? I don't think Joe likes this one as much as the rest of the series, but it's okay. We have to read it and get through the series. And again, like, you know, you can see like some little dents there, but it's nothing like that other one. Phineas Redux. And we're almost there. The Prime Minister. And the last book in the Palliser series, which I think Katie said is near the top, is The Duke's Children. And like I said, there's a part of me, because when I look for, I have one more book. When I look for books that, you know, when I look for Trollope especially, like, it's just very difficult to find sometimes. And I wanted the Barsetshire Chronicles to all be in the same edition. The Palliser series are all available in Oxford World Classics, but the type font is pretty small. So, and of course, one day I'm going to get my e-reader out and I'll just buy all of Trollope or whatever. And it'll be there and I can make the font bigger. But I can't. I mean, I just can't own all of his books. But I did have to buy this other one that I think was also at the top of Katie's list. And I'm pretty sure Joe also gave this book 5 stars. And that is The Way We Live Now. And oh my God, can you believe this cover? And this book was packaged so well. I mean, really, like, I was so, Jason told me that, one of the books was really damaged, and I was just so worried it was gonna be this one now. Yeah, but I saved the seller of this because I know they know how to package books. And yeah, so I will hopefully, yeah, like I said, the book, I bought another book like this, a vintage book like this, of The House of Mirth. Also a buddy read with Joe in 2025. And so, but like the covers are just, I just think they're breathtaking. So anyway, I did want like one standalone Trollope at least to have. Penguin Classic cover of this is just, I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me. Didn't do anything for me. But, so yeah, that is my, that's, again, that's like 10 books I've purchased or been given 15 books in all of 2024. So yeah, almost double. I did tell Jason, I was like, I don't need anything for Christmas. I'm good. I'm good. Even Jason's like, who are you? Have you lost your mind? But I just want, you know, like there might be a big snowstorm. We are supposed to get snow this week. We'll see what happens. Could be more like what we call frozen mix. But yeah, so I just want to have these books here so that I can read them. I'm hopeful that my new copy of Can You Forgive Her will be here soon. And yeah, and then we can start shifting the shelves all around. I'm a little concerned that Trollope is all going to be on the bottom shelf of this bookcase, but who knows? Who knows? And do I have a timeline for when I'm going to read all these or when I'm going to do that? No, I really don't. So I may try to read Can You Forgive Her? Yeah, Can You Forgive Her? I may try to read that sometime next year, just to get started on that series. But I definitely will be reading some Tame Gazelle. Hopefully The Total Tragedy of a Girl Named Hamlet. I think I should be able to get through that pretty quickly. And The Murmur of Bees. I realize many people out there have huge hauls, tons and tons of books. I already own so many books that, and I don't get through them as fast. Like, you know, I mean, my high priority TBR, I think this year was like 30 some books. My Goodreads goal is 50, and I'm not gonna make it, which is fine. It's totally fine. But so yeah, I'm a much slower reader, but it was a lot of fun to just go crazy. I totally blame Joe and Katie and Aaron though, yeah, for just talking about Trollope so much that I just finally went crazy. And whew, yes, anyway, so if you've watched an ad on my channel before, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And yeah, so I'd love to know what you think of my haul. Was it anticlimactic compared to so many other haul videos that I see? You know, the people that I have a really hard time watching haul videos for are all in the UK because they all have access to, they've so many bookstores, so many charity shops, things like that, and I just don't have access to things like that. So it's sometimes I'm watching someone like actually film in the store, and I'm like screaming like, grab that book for me, I'll pay you back. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will link to Katie's Trollope video down below, as well as Aaron's channel, which you definitely should check out. All right, thank you guys so much for watching Booktube. Remember to be kind to others, to be kind to yourself, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.